Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. My name is Denise Merriweather. Yep, come on inside of the room. It is the 12 days of Christmas. It's day 8. We're on the 8th day. We're about to show you how to secure the bag. Call your friends, tag your besties, tag all the people that want a promotion in the new year. Tag the people that's been waiting to go into the office saying, I deserve more money. Call all the people who are ready to shift, hashtag I'm shifting, that's ready to shift into another career. Hashtag and tag everybody that wants to move from their career to their calling. Because today we starting to talk about the money. And I just want you to know, like for the next couple of days, I got all the money people. Okay. I don't know why they didn't schedule in the beginning, but we're talking about the money for the next couple of days, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Hashtag wisdom is beautiful. Hashtag wisdom is beautiful. So look, I got my girl Alecia Smith here. And before we get into the conversation, I want to introduce myself, and then I'm going to pass the mic over to her so she can introduce herself to you and let you know how to secure the bag. Yes. So my name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It's the number one training environment for women in the world looking to navigate this journey so they can go ahead and what? Secure the bag. We teach them this by building their courage, confidence, and competence so they can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called them to do. And look, service don't mean broke. Service don't mean that you don't get paid. Service don't mean free. Service don't mean free. Hashtag service don't mean free. Hashtag service don't mean free. For the spiritual folks out there, service don't mean free. Okay? I told y'all study Joseph's. Just study because he was still charging them folks and that famine. I don't care what nobody say. If Joseph could charge, I know I could charge. Yes, because God gave him the plan like he giving us the plan to secure the bag. All right. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and turn this conversation over to Alecia. Alecia, please introduce yourself to the women inside of the queendom, please.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Denise, for this platform, for this
Yes.
opportunity to share. First and foremost, before I tell the world who I am, I want to give you flowers. I want to thank you for
Oh,
who you are to so many. You give joy, hope, all the things. And so I'm so honored, honestly, to just be in your presence and to
oh
be on this
no.
platform today. So,
Girl. Mm-mm. But thank you so much. And thank you for saying yes. Thank you for saying yes. You guys don't understand how a privilege it is for me to have all these dynamic African American women doing their thing. I'm just so happy that God has selected me to be in your presence and to be in your circle. So thank you for saying yes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, you all, I have learned from the best, so let me do my introduction, honey. So
Yes.
I am Alecia Smith, career coach extraordinaire, and I am in your life soon or already to make sure that you reach your highest potential. And so the goal here is to provide you with tailored career planning services to, let me tell you who the client is, ambitious. We want the people that want to move forward, right? Ambitious women, professional women of color in corporate America that are ready to take it by storm. All right. Taking your career to the next level. So we do that through a multiple ways. One is that we analyze your assets, right? We help you discover your brilliance. And we lastly identify any gaps so that you can work on those things so you can prepare for the next opportunity. All right. Now, by day, that's what I do at night. By day, I am a human resources director. I've been in HR for over 16 years. So I know a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. I have worked on a lot of people's compensation. So we are here to tell you all about a little secrets, all about how to move forward. But I work in diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I can tell you about how I even negotiated my offer for the role I'm in now. So I'm going to tell you all a little bit about my experience and how I've done that as well. So it's not going to just be theory, but we're going to give you some practical things and tips that you can take away today so that you can secure the bag. So,
All right, so listen, you guys go ahead and get your pen and paper because this is about the money. And when you get working with money, you might need some numbers. So you got to write some stuff down. Make sure you get your point 1 through 5, and don't be calling me on the low. I don't be, Lisa. I see you out there, Linda. I see you out there, LaShawn, Beverly. Yo, Quaya, what's up? What's up? Quaya, thank you so much for jumping on and joining us this evening. So look, all right, y'all got your pen and your paper because I ain't trying to make y'all miss nothing. I ain't trying to distract you. I ain't trying to get in the way between you and your coins and securing the bag. So let's go ahead and start this conversation. Alecia, what is the first thing or the first tip that you could give an individual to help them secure the bag?
Yeah, so we're going to get into 5 tips, but as I always say, Deneen, and I know you can appreciate this, we're
Yeah.
always going to start with the word. I am a woman of faith. I know you
Yeah.
are as well, and
Yes.
many of our audience are as well. And so I just want to start with, because there is this idea that, God is against money, right?
For
Or
some strange reason.
oh yeah, and so we misconstrue what the Bible is telling us, because we see the text that says the love of money, is the root of all evil, but it's the love of, it's about prioritization. So we
Right.
know that God is always going to be first. And when he gives us the bountiful blessings that he does, he expects us to do something with it. So
Yes.
as we talk about securing the bag today, it's not just so that we can look fly, we can stunt, we can floss, we can turn up. It's really so that we can be a blessing to others.
Yes.
So
Hashtag
I want
purpose. Hashtag purpose. Hashtag purpose. Because it's a reason for everything that you asking God for, all the blessings that you
yeah.
receive, all the securing of the bag, the upgrades, the leveling up, the promotions. It's all to help the kingdom.
Yeah, absolutely. We are
Yeah.
here to be of service to him and to be his vessels, his walking vessels. So I just want to share a couple scriptures just to make sure we're all grounded. It's okay. It's wealth is in the Bible. You're gonna
That's
be all
it.
right.
That's it.
So first and foremost, one of my favorite scriptures is Ephesians 3:20. Right? I know that we can probably all recite it very well. But just for those that may not know, it's now unto him that is able to do exceedingly above all, not some things, all that we ask or think according to the power that worketh in us, right? So I want to start there, because God can just blow your mind, honestly. He can do that even in your career, even what we would consider secular. He can
That's
do
right.
that, right? Another one is Romans 8 and 32, excuse me. He who did not spare his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? So it's
Hey.
okay to want to do better and to have more, not again so that we can do all the things in the world, but so that we can build generational wealth. Hello, somebody.
Hello.
And so that we can set up for our children and our children's children, or if you don't have children, for your nieces, your nephews, your family. Because again, you can set all that up, and I'm sure your sister is going to come on here and talk about that estate planning and get you all
Yes.
set up.
Yes.
So it's all about making sure that we keep God first, Matthew 6 and 33, but that it's okay to have things so that you can set up for the future. Okay. And the last one I'm gonna read to you. I have so many more, but I'm gonna read this last scripture to you. Then we'll go to the tips. Deuteronomy 28, 11 through 12. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground. Remember, that's what they had to work with back then, right?
That's it.
In the land which the Lord swore up from the fathers, or swore unto the fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open up thee good treasure, the heaven, to give rain unto thy land in the season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend, unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Now,
Hey.
who's trying to be the lender and not the borrower?
Hey. That shall be me. That sure enough gonna be me. I'm telling you now, I'm in the Linda number. I'm in the
Okay.
Linda. I'm in the Linda number. I'm in the Linda number. Who in the Linda number? Hashtag Linda. Hashtag Linda. Hashtag Linda. Linda. Look, Linda said me. Linda said me. I'm definitely in the Linda. Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
am
And
in
it's
the
a
lender
season.
category with Linda. I am
Yeah.
lending and not borrowing. And
Yes.
there's nothing wrong. Look, y'all know we teasing. There ain't nothing wrong with borrowing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be helping each other out. Help a sister out. Quaya said hashtag Linda. Beverly said hashtag Linda. And LaShawn said yes. Linda in the category. Yes. Linda in the house. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
So
Turn up,
listen,
y'all.
it's
That's
the spirit. Listen, we're in the spirit of we're in the season of giving, and so hopefully you are in the spirit of giving. But in order to give, you have to have. So let's
that's
talk
it.
about the 5 tips. So we're gonna start with the first tip, as you asked for.
Okay. Let's
And
get
the
it.
first tip, I know you all are gonna be like, really? This is the first tip? But the first tip is to know your value,
Woo!
know your worth, know who you are, right? In the
Yeah.
professional setting. We have to start with that piece, right?
Yeah.
So know yourself. And I think I don't know if it's Shakespeare or whomever said it, but it's like, to thy own self be true.
Absolutely.
Right? But you
Yes.
have to know yourself. You have to understand your successes, understand what value you bring to the organization. And today, let me start with this. Today, we're going to be talking to 2 different people. One are those individuals that are in a current position and are looking for a pay raise. And then there are people that are looking to explore another opportunity. And so they're going to be negotiating an offer, right? So those are the two. Of course, other people on here too just want to support. But those are the two people as far as the negotiating salary that we're talking to. So for those of you that are looking to go to another organization, it's all about what value you're going to bring to that organization. And if you're already in the organization, you are recalling what you already bring to the organization, right? So know yourself. So that means you need to be thinking about, okay, what specific skills, what capabilities, what training, certifications, knowledge, even your style. You know, I always tell people, for me, I've moved into different roles, not because I knew everything, but I have a certain way that I lead. And people were like, you know what, she'll learn the fundamentals of what it is for the role, but we need her type of leadership to turn a situation around.
Yes.
So that is what you need to get comfortable with, is what am I good at? What value I'm bringing to the organization, right?
Yeah.
What we don't want to do is we don't want to let imposter syndrome creep up.
Okay.
Imposter syndrome is like, like they telling me I'm good, but I don't really believe it because right, all of these different excuses. But I'm here to tell you, Deneen is here to tell you, as
yes, sir,
coach.
Yes, sir.
You are amazing, right?
You are.
And so you have to get to a place where you believe in you.
Yes. Hashtag I believe. Hashtag I believe. Hashtag I believe. Because if you don't believe it, you ain't convincing nobody else that you the it. If you don't believe you the it, then nobody else is going to believe it. They're not going to believe your value. They're not going to believe that you have this great, tremendous skill of being a great lender. Hey, Karen, I see you right. Imposter syndrome. Yep. You got to stop being overly gracious, Christians.
Like, and we're overly critical.
Overly critical and overly gracious. Because I think I was talking to somebody else about this. As Christian, because last night I was talking to Kimberly. And we was talking about how sometimes the Christians be hating harder than the secular, and you be looking for the Christians for the support, and the secular be the more supportive people. But don't allow people to make you dim your light because they're afraid to walk in what God has called them to do. Right? So God has called all of us to do something great in this world. Do not minimize your gift. Do not minimize your calling. Do not minimize what you have been called to do. And don't allow the people who are around you to talk you off or talk you down from what God has called you to do. If he did not already prepare you and give you what you needed in the inside of you, he would not have called you to the task. He would not have been calling you to go in the office to ask for the additional responsibilities to get the raise, or he's not calling you because sometimes y'all already doing the work and should have been got the money. So he's calling you to walk into the office and say, hey, this is what I'm contributing to this team. These are the changes that I've made. This is how I contributed to the company. I need more coins, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to add to anything. You could be doing way more than what you already are getting paid for.
Absolutely. You all have to walk in that confidence. And I know that sometimes it takes practice of that. Sometimes, and I didn't just arrive here either, right? This has been a journey, right? So we are all evolving. We're all learning. But having these conversations and not making it this, it's in a black box and it's kind of like a hidden thing. We don't want to talk about money. We don't want to talk about these kind of things, but it's so important. And I'm going to share some statistics with you later of why this is critical, right? Especially for women. Okay. So anyway, so you're going to walk in your confidence, right? You're going to make sure that you're jotting down, you're capturing all the things. And Deneen she honestly just said what I was going to say, which is to make sure that you understand what major projects have you delivered on, what successful deals have you closed, where have you saved the company money, right? Because that green is what we talk in business. So, where have you saved those resources? Where have you improved efficiency, made things more efficient? You tightened up things, right? Where have you avoided mishaps, right? So not always is it going to be a number, but it's quality outcomes that you have delivered that you want to bring back up for discussion. Okay.
And you know what else that you said that was so amazing that I meant to touch upon before was that sometimes it's not always your skill set. Alecia knows she actually looked over my resume a couple of months ago. Like I had an interview in July. They told me they didn't need a resume. They was like, we don't need a resume. And I was like, yeah, I don't have a resume because I ain't looking for nobody. I ain't looking for nobody's job, right? It's so then because you guys may not know, I also do project management, like events, and had done for years, major companies, yada yada yada. It's my secret power that I ain't putting out there because that ain't what I'm selling right now. So I'm not putting it out there. Don't call me. I want to play in your events. No, don't call me for that. But look, so some people know that I got this secret power of planning events. And so when I got into the crunch, like it got closer to the time, it may have been like September. Now, mind you, an interview for this in July, somebody called, gave my name, was like, hey, they said you the person. But I want to tell you what happened when I got into the conversation with the lady who brought me on the team. She said, we don't care about your skills. We already know that you got the skills to plan. Like, that's not what we want to have a conversation with you about. We want to have a conversation with you to see if you can fit in this culture. We want to see what type of values, core values you have, whether or not you will be a good fit for the people that you're going to be working around. Hashtag know yourself. Hashtag know thyself, right? Yeah. That's what she was saying. Like, it ain't always about the skills. You can learn the skills. People can learn how to plan. But the type of leader that you are, right? Yeah. I'm bringing you on to be a travel director. Like, you're going to be leading a team. So I need to make sure you got the leadership skills. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Thank you.
So listen, you want to make sure that you're capturing your goodness, right? That you are focusing on what you bring uniquely to the table, right? You can do that in multiple ways. You can just have a journal. You can put it in a Word document, Excel, PowerPoint.
So this is number 2, capture your goodness.
No, this is number 1 still.
This is number 1. Oh, okay. Know yourself, capture your goodness, your skills.
You got to be able to recall it.
You got to be able to recall other things. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna move swiftly though. But number 1 is know yourself. And so to get more comfortable with your confidence, you have to be able to document the goodness so that you can recall it, right? So whether that's use any tool. You can use the Notes app on your phone. Like, this is not about it being fancy. This is about you getting to a place where you're like, you know what? I am good at such and such and such and such, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep any kudos that you get from your colleagues, your coworkers, any awards, all of that stuff is good stuff. Okay. So, all right, we're going to move swiftly into number 2. Now, most of you would say this is number 1, but I think what I said was number 1 is number 1. Number 2 is you have to do your research. Okay. You can't go up in there just off of feelings. We got to go in there with some facts.
All right. Now look. I listen to Blue Blood Sports TV, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Y'all may not know that I'm a big boxing fan too, but she done dropped the coin saying, right? Facts over feelings. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag facts over feelings. Don't go up in the office about I feel like. They're gonna be like, nope. I feel like you should try again. I feel like you should come back in the next 6 months to a year to ask for this money. Facts over feelings. Hashtag facts over feelings. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. It was
all right.
So good. It was
so
good.
you have to do your research. And so if you are, currently at a company, again, you're looking for a pay raise, then obviously your research is going to look a little bit different. But as far as if you're going to another organization, right, there's so much you can do. And so I'm going to go back in the chat and I'll share a lot of these because I'm going to spit off a lot of sites, but I'll make sure that I document them for you. Okay. But there are all kinds of sites. Indeed is one where you can obviously go look for a job, but you can also review pay information. Salary.com. I'm sure you guys can remember that one. That was pretty easy. There is a company called Robert Half, HALF, and they are huge staffing firm. Many companies work with them. And so they have salary calculators on their site. They have different analysis that you can do, because remember, it's not only about the profession that you're in, it's also the location, right? If I'm in LA versus I'm in the middle of Iowa, the pay is going to be different because of cost of living, right? So you have to consider your years of experience, right? Your college degree, your location, all those things. So these sites will help you with determining that, okay? So Robert Half has one. Pay Scale is another one that has a salary report that you can look up for your profession. Monster, I know we haven't probably heard Monster in a while for a job search, but Monster is still around. So monster.com, they have a salary section there as well. And there's so many others. You can look at even the Department of Labor. There's so many. So I'll drop them in the chat if we didn't capture them all. One more I want to highlight is Glassdoor. Okay. Literally like how I said it, Glassdoor. Again, that is a great place to understand what compensation looks like from actual employees. Okay, so you can't just look at that. You got to look at all the other stuff I told you, because those are official sites. But Glassdoor will tell you what employees are saying about the company. So when you think about culture, as you just talked about, that's a place that you can get an idea, right, of what the culture is like, what the pay is like, etc. Okay, so do your research. The other thing that I want to encourage you to do is this is all part number 2 still, build your network. You should have a professional network, not just the people that, you turn up with, the people that do all the fun stuff with. You need to have a professional network, because again, those are conversations that you can have, hopefully, with those individuals, right, that you form a relationship with, and you can be open about compensation. I have those people in my life, right? So as I'm considering offers and talking about things, those are individuals that either work in the same field as me, have similar experiences, number of years of experience, that we can have that conversation, right? So you want to, search your network, have the conversation too, just to see, okay, does this make sense? I'm thinking about this, etc. Right? So that's another way. And you can go on LinkedIn. If you are not on LinkedIn, you need to be on LinkedIn. That is the best place for professional conversations. Right? Because Facebook is fun. You do business on Facebook too, but Facebook is fun. Instagram is fun, right? All of those things are fun. LinkedIn is a more professional setting where you can, again, build your network. You can listen, when I came into the diversity, equity, inclusion space earlier this year, you best believe we call it DE&I. Who's doing DE&I? And I'm like friending, right? So that I can start to build my knowledge in that space, right? When I decided to become a career coach, guess what I'm doing? I'm listening to podcasts. I'm going on LinkedIn, trying to figure out, okay, who are the best career coaches? What are they talking about? What are they studying, right?
Y'all don't think coaches need coaches? Y'all think I ain't following folks?
Yeah.
I follow all the big people, all the people that you probably listening to. I'm listening to the Iyanlas, the Lisa Nichols, the Brenda Burchard, and I ain't just listening to them. I'm investing in them. I'm going to their classes. I'm a part of their growth days, influencer summits. I'm doing all of the things, right? So I can be good enough to be able to pour into the people that I want to serve. So coaches need, that's right, hashtag coaches need coaches. Y'all stop trying to come out here and have these businesses and ain't following nobody doing what you're doing. She's schooling you, right? As a professional inside of a company, and also as an entrepreneur. If you're running a business and you don't have people who are a couple of steps ahead of you, or maybe even further ahead of you, depends on what you like, depends on what you're going to execute. My thing is, don't go so far above you that you are afraid to execute. Right. Because sometimes you start reaching too high and it's intimidating, right? Not that you can't look and you can't learn from them, but find somebody that's not so far so you don't feel like, oh my God, I never get there, right? Pick some people that's like 2-3 steps and just be like, okay, let me go follow them and see what they're doing that I'm not doing, that maybe I could be in conversation with them about. Maybe I can pay to take them out to eat or pay for them to have coffee with me, right? And invest in the time that you want for people. Don't be calling these people. I'm sorry. Now I'm probably saying some stuff that ain't in your thing, but don't be calling these people doing no networking, trying to get all their time for free, because they're going to be looking at you crazy. I'm going to tell you what the best thing I've heard from one of the coaches that I have. Coaches are more apt to help you when they see that you've taken some steps already and done some of the work yourself, right? So don't come empty-handed. Don't come not have done anything. Coaches want to see that you have already made an effort before they start giving you their time, right? Okay, Beverly said no freebies, right? I mean, you can buy some coffee, buy some lunch. Purchase a low-cost something, right? Like something. Like, come on, y'all. Pay them for their time. They are knowledgeable. Their time is really money for them, right? Because if not, you wouldn't be listening to their podcast. You wouldn't be investing in their programs or whatever. Don't treat them like treat them like you want to be treated.
That's right.
Okay, there we go.
Right. Absolutely. Listen, so it's so important that you all do the work, right? Do the research. Another group that you can talk to are recruiters, right? And so you could, because they're the people, right, that are hiring for
Yeah.
these roles, and they are working with multiple companies in some cases because they're working for a staffing agency or something like that. So they see kind of what the industry is looking like and can provide you some input as well. So my point, all of that is leverage your network and then go to those sites that I told you all about, and you can find more information. And then of course you can call me. We can talk about it too.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's number 2. Okay, research. Number 3 is I want you to consider more than just the salary. Okay. Consider more than just the salary in the conversation. Now, you may go in and that may be a piece of it, but what you want to do is you want to think about other things so that again, that shows the employer, right, that you're, thinking beyond just the salary. And the thing is that, hey, maybe they can't go all the way to your number, but because you ask for these other things, they may make up the balance a little bit with that, right? Because it may not cost them as much as maybe taking your salary up 10% or whatever number you're looking for, right? So when we think about other things, what are the other things? So time off is a big one. You can negotiate your time off, right? Whether it's your vacation time. Some companies, of course, have different, benefits as it relates to, obviously holidays, or they have personal time or sick time or whatever. So you can negotiate your time off. You can negotiate a sign-on bonus if it's going to a new organization. You can negotiate a performance bonus. Either maybe it's not a part of the original offer, or maybe it is, but you're like, that's a little, I was expecting a little bit more. So you can negotiate that. The other thing that you can negotiate is around maybe you're going to be working from home. And so the desk, the chair, the nice monitor, dual monitors, the mount, all of that stuff can be negotiated. The other thing is that continued education. This is a critical one, right? If you know, again, that you have a desire to get more education, you want to get certifications, you want to get another degree, what have you, you need to put that all in as part of the negotiation. Now, let me give you guys an example because I'm all about being practical. Let me tell you about me because that's the best person I know that I can give you an example from. So when I took this role that I took in April, with the same company. I've been with the same company. I've been with my current company for the last almost 7 years. So one of the things that I knew coming into this space is that, of course, I've been in HR for a long time, but I have not practiced directly in this particular area of HR. So you know what I asked my boss? Listen, I want to get my certification in diversity, equity, inclusion from Cornell University, like one of the top universities in HR, for HR at least. And I want to make sure that I have that by a certain date. Right. So again, this is what I'm saying. You have to think holistically, because sometimes if you only do salary and they're not able to meet it, right, you either turn down a great opportunity because you didn't ask for these other things when it could be a great organization to work for, or you're internal, you're asking for a pay raise. And again, you feel deflated if you don't get the whole thing. But what if you can get these other things? And you're like, man, if they're going to pay 100% for me to go back to school and get a degree so that I can honestly almost leave the company and go somewhere else and probably make 20,000 more.
Come on. Come on.
So think through the entire negotiation.
That's
Actually
awesome.
write down, what is it that I want? What is it that I want from myself? Is it just the salary, or can I add in these additional things? And for me, like I said, it was okay. Let me make sure I get this certification, and you're gonna give me the percentage change in my salary too. But here's something else. So anyway, so I want you all to think about what can you put as part of that conversation when you're thinking about the increase in salary. Okay, number 4. All right, because I know we almost to our time. Number 4 is plan. Do not do this off the cuff. Do not do this off the cuff. Make sure that you're planning and consider the appropriate timing. Okay. If you are working on a pay raise, you're going to do it when you're around the time you're doing performance review, your performance evaluation. Your manager's already in that mindset of, looking at your performance and looking at your pay. Okay. It's not to mean you can't do it any other time, but that's a perfect time to do it. Right. And then obviously if you're considering an offer externally, then of course it's going to be the time in which they actually work with you on the offer. Let me give you this tip. When you are going for an external or going to another company, right, and you're doing the interview and you're doing all of those things, first of all, they should not ask you what you currently make. Okay. So if they ask you that, you ask them, what are they expecting to pay for the particular job they have? Okay. In some states, it's actually illegal now. They cannot ask you that. because we have such an inequity issue in our country with pay, you could be totally underpaid. And so now you tell them, well, 90K when the role is at really marketed at 120. So now you've set yourself back. So you don't give them any type of current salary ever. In corporate America. And I'm not talking about like if you're working in, maybe it's like fast food or something like that. Maybe you have to, but like in corporate America, you do not have to tell them your current salary. Okay. If they ask you for your expectation, you try to hold that off as long as you can. Because again, it's really about fit, as you talked about. It's about what is the work, what's the team I'm going to be working with, what is it like at this organization, so that I can see, okay, where do I fit within this, so that I can give the appropriate number. Do not give a range, give a number, because you give a range and they're going to hit the bottom of the range.
That's facts.
That's
right
facts. At the bottom of the range. So
Don't,
you tell them 120 to 150, they're going to come in at 125.
Look, well, here's the thing. Give the range that you wanted to hit, right? Make sure the lowest number, if you give the range, make sure the lowest number is what you want.
You want to have an ideal number, right? You want to have two numbers. You want to have an ideal number, and you want to have a number that you'll settle at. And when I say settle, I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's a number that you'll be good. Okay, I'll be good with that. You know what I mean? And because I'm negotiating these other things, and so that'll make up the whole puzzle for me, right? But yeah, you definitely want to have an ideal number. Okay, so plan. You want to make sure that you think about what are they going to ask me, especially if I'm in the company currently, right? What questions are they going to ask me, and then what questions I'm going to ask them. So if you are a high performer, right, one of your questions could be, how does the company manage or address compensation or make compensation decisions for their high performers? You put people on the spot in a way that's polite. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to, you don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to be appearing as money hungry, but you want to really state the facts, and you want to understand, how does the company make these decisions, and how can you be considered for a higher raise, etc. Right? So plan. If you're pressed to, like I said, if you're pressed on the external side to give an answer, you make sure that you understand that what it is that you're going to be doing in the role, so that you can provide the appropriate number. Okay. All right. So how are raises calculated for the organization? You also want to ask, what is the outlook for future raises and promotions at the company? These are questions that you should be asking during your performance review. Hopefully you're having them throughout the year, but certainly if you're having it at the end of the year. Okay. So plan for the conversation. Bring your value to the table, what you've done for the organization. I'd like to share with you, what my, contributions to the organization have been. You don't need to have a list of 20, like, pick it, your top 3 to 5, like, pick the top things that are really going to make a difference, and really drive home this idea that you've done some market research. And even if you want to share the market research, you can do that, but you've done some market research and you really would like to know, how is there any opportunity for movement here? Okay. And the last thing is just be bold, right? You are the best advocate for yourself. Nobody's going to advocate harder for you than you.
That's true.
Even that manager that say they like you and that you're great and you're awesome and all of that, you are going to be the best advocate for you. You own your career.
Wow.
Okay? So be bold, be straightforward, leverage the facts, explore that conversation, share the value that you bring clearly to the organization. Make sure you are communicating in the right tone, in the right temper, so that you can, again, share what it is that you want to get out of your conversation about salary. And then make sure that you're communicating, if you're internal in your current company, make sure you're communicating with your manager and your manager once removed. What are your career aspirations? What are you looking to do with your career? So it should be no shock to them when you're asking for more responsibility or you're asking for more money for what you're doing and what you're contributing, because they know what the steps that you want to take your career to the next level. Okay. Mm-hmm. So all that to say that it's possible. I've negotiated my pay on multiple occasions, and I've negotiated additional benefits, as I talked about earlier. It's possible, but you got to know who you are. You have to do the appropriate research. You have to consider more things than just salary, have a robust conversation, plan for the conversation, consider the timing, and be bold.
Now, look, every day we have been giving away amazing gifts, amazing opportunities for our listeners, the people who come in day after day after day. So first, let me say thank you. Hopefully you've already tagged people that needed to be a part of this conversation, that needed to hear how to secure the bag, right? How to go in and prepare themselves to get that raise that they know that they've deserved. Right now, I just put a link in the chat, right? I want you to go ahead and register for this gift. Tell people, what are you actually giving away?
Yes, you are. So I am giving away a 60-minute career coaching, advising. We could talk about salary. We could talk about new opportunities that you're looking at. Listen, December is normally the time where everybody's on break. And so they're taking time to think about their next move, their next career. Maybe they want to leave their current organization. It is the great resignation, if you all don't know. So many people are leaving their organization to do something that they're honestly passionate about.
Hey,
and so this is the time. And so if you want some coaching through that, you want to talk through some different opportunities, or again, if you want to negotiate even your salary at your current organization, I'm happy to talk about your specific scenario on that call. So that's what I'm giving away, 60 minutes with me, and we'll get you to where you need to be.
And she did help me, you guys. Like I've invested in her as she has invested in me. I actually had her to do some work on my resume. We had a career conversation as well. So if you guys need help and you're looking to go in that office to get the raise, you need to get the practice before the new year, right? Make sure you go into the office requesting your meetings, during your review, asking and knowing the questions to ask. Like she gave some powerful questions on what to actually ask during those review times, during interview times, how not to give away your salary, not to give a range, right? And sometimes they pressure you, hold off as long as you can. And I done told you my gimmick. I give the lowest of the range is what I want. So they mess around and trip over that if they want to. It's gonna be, hey, right here is where I want to start. And then sometimes too, what I have done, and I don't know how good this is, Alecia, but when I give the range, I let them know, and in my experience, I see myself more to the middle or the high end of that range. So don't be trying to come don't be trying to come to the bottom, coming from the bottom. We started from the bottom, now we're here. No, I'm here. Now the bottom was some years ago. I ain't there no more. I'm here. I'm here now. I'm bold, right? I'm bold. Hashtag be bold. Hashtag be bold. Hashtag be bold. So look, I also put in the chat her web address, so you can go ahead. If you don't win the consultation or our career conversation, then you can invest and get your own career conversation and still be ready to have that conversation with your managers when you go back to work. LaShawn said hashtag facts. She said hashtag be bold. Yes. Yeah. Beverly says sharing God's gift. Yes, we are all here sharing God's gift, doing it, Beverly. And I don't know, Beverly, what you do. I don't know how you put it in, but I'm sure you contribute something to all the lives and the people that's around you, right? So listen, you guys, I appreciate you for being here. I need you to share this video. Definitely go ahead and get into this giveaway. So if you have not registered, go ahead and register. Be in conversation with Alecia so she can help you secure the bag. Hashtag secure the bag. Hashtag secure the bag. Thank you so much, Alecia. Is there anything else that you want to say before we log off? What do you?
Yes, ma'am. Let me just share some quick facts with you all. 3 facts. 61% of people miss out on higher pay because they do not negotiate. 61%.
Somebody put that in the chat. That's something that somebody needs to, when they come back and see this 6 months later, because it'll be out here in the streets. 61%?
61%.
61% of people miss out
on higher pay because they don't negotiate. And that's according to Robert Half. So that's again, as I mentioned earlier, a great resource. Okay. Number 2 fact I want to share with you all. Black women earn $23,540 less a year, which equates to $941,600 less over a 40-year career span. So
do the numbers again. One more time. I told y'all to bring y'all book. I told y'all the numbers were coming. I told y'all the numbers were coming. These statistics should make your head spin. It should make you want to do something different.
Yes. Okay.
Like get a coach, a career coach to help you negotiate your money, because you're leaving a whole lot of it on the table. Okay, I'm sorry. Give that one again.
Yep. Black women earn $23,540 less a year, which equates to $941,600 less over a 40-year career span. And we know many of us will work for hope. Well, with Denise's help, you ain't gonna be working no 40 years because she gonna get you to your calling. But but people will work, many years. And so listen, it is so important that we take this into consideration. It's okay to negotiate. And actually, it's a sign of professionalism and it's a sign of confidence for you to negotiate. Any woman hesitant to negotiate a salary should remember business leaders expect employees to negotiate. By doing so, women show they know their value as professionals. So you want to be the boss, right? As we say, then really be the boss.
Then really be the boss. Put your big girl pants on, your boss girl swag, your stilettos, your boss girl stilettos on, and go ask for that money because they're expecting you to come. Yeah. And when you don't come, they're like, she ain't it. Okay. We let her stay. Look, she could grind all day, give us all them good hours, sacrifice all this stuff from her family. And look, you guys, being out here on the road, I see more conversation in the corporate world, definitely when women are holding VP to president positions, that they're creating a culture that you don't have to sacrifice your family in order to hold these positions. So don't feel like you do. You don't. So
but you gotta have boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Have boundaries.
Yep.
Ask for the extra time. Like they can't give you the salary. Get more time with your family. Get more time with your family. Mm-hmm. Do all the things that can make up for not having it. She gave some great points. Recap them fast. One more time. The 5.
Okay, the 5. Number 1 is to know yourself, know your value. Okay, know your value. Number 2 is that you want to do research. Okay, and I gave you all several companies you can do that with. Number 3 is consider more than the salary in order to have that conversation, a holistic conversation. Number 4 is to plan, and consider the timing, right, of when you're going to have that conversation. And number 5 is be bold.
Be bold. All right, y'all, go out there and secure your bag, get your money, set up your appointment, book your session, register, drop your name in there to register to win. Look forward to serving you tomorrow. See, I done told y'all the money conversations keep coming. I'm telling you, the next 3 conversations, maybe 4, until you get to the wrap up with me. It's all about the money. So if you're afraid of having money conversations, you need to keep coming here. Because the money cook is in the house tomorrow. Woo-hoo. The money cook, Quaya cook, is in the house tomorrow. She gonna be up in my kitchen cooking this money. So y'all better not miss it tomorrow. Don't say I ain't warned you. Go tell all your friends. We talking about money for the next couple of days. I love you guys. Always looking forward to serving you. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye, y'all.